letters, one word, the meaning of life. Yeah. Previously on Kimba TV. Gecko says 84K BTC, let's go. We're gonna take it level by level. So 84 on CME is good. Then we're gonna go to 85, 86, etc. Everything looks good, man. Yeah, so like we've said, ladies and gentlemen, do I really need to say it? For the 90 millionth time in a row. If you're gonna short, fantastic. Just make sure that you put your stop loss at breaking immediately. How we doing? Oh, Bookmap, god damn it. Juicy Maguchi! All right, let me load up Bookmap real quick, Lions. To mat. Let's juice! How we doing, Lions? Who juicing? Let's go! Lions! Happy Thursday! Right? It's Thursday, right? Yes. Oh my God. The math is the math and the juice is the juice. How we doing? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to juice the fuck up? All right, we have 12 minutes that has passed since US market open. How we doing, Lions? Let's go, let's juice. It's too easy. Too easy. Come on. We juicing. Who juicing? We juicing. Come on. Let's go. Let's juice. Math. Let's get it. Let's go. How we doing? Juice. Lions! Y'all Gucci Magucci! Let's go. Let's juice. Let's go. Juice! Let's get it. Oh yeah. Let's go. Let's juice. Joker says, how wrong was it for me to stretch the fib from the first high at 93421? Not wrong at all. Yeah, because everything always ends up being a zone. Okay, so if you went like this, Kimba box is still Kimba box. Kimba box is still Kimba box, brother. So, and what is the sort of by the book strategy? You go 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe you missed the third one. Maybe you didn't, because on the third one, right, you would have put it in front of the smaller 7-5. Okay, right? Yeah, so Joker. Yeah, so if you went 1, 2, 3, 4, that third one would have been positioned in front of the smaller 7-5. I was looking for the 7-5. That's okay. And Joker, and who gives a shit, brother? I'm not gonna eat your lunch for that. All you need to do, and Joker, believe me, I've done that many times too. And so all you learned, Joker, is the honest reality and the difference of risk reward between doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 by the book and trying to snipe a pixel perfect 7-5 entry. So my question to you is, Joker, let's say in alternate reality A, you would have done 1, 2, 3, 4. In alternate reality B, you went for the 0.75, okay? The difference in the entries, was it really worth missing out on the short? Okay, because that difference in entry is how you quantify how certain or uncertain you are about being bearish there. Okay, you only, because think about it, you only wanted to take a short if you got that pixel perfect entry versus it's probably bearish here. I should get into a short, or I should, shave a little bit on the long. So that's how you quantify the way that you're thinking. So that $100, was it really worth it, Joker? Or maybe you're going to make an honest attempt to next time try 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is why it's so important, Joker, that at the end of it all, man, you got to know what the fuck is going on.
Shout out Kimber.
Right? Because if you're truly bullish or if you're truly bearish, you will do one thing. The uncertainty is what makes you pussyfoot. So that's when you can also be like, maybe I need to learn about this a little bit more, or I got to learn about this, or I got to include this a little bit more. Yeah. So, and everybody has that own journey, so nah, you didn't do anything wrong, my guy. It's all just a learning experience, man. And it's up to you on how you want to adapt. And a single print grab, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Will it fight back? Algar says, I learned today that being afraid to go short for too many shorts in EXO was a mistake. Sure. So Algar, the worst thing that you could do, Algar, is next time you're still only looking at Bybit and you're not taking other data into consideration. The first thing is, let's say, for example, you see a bunch of shorts trapped, or not even trapped. Let's just say that you see a bunch of shorts opening. Do you understand that if price is going down and open interest is going up, okay, I'm talking about open interest delta, okay, that is not your favorite fraternity, open interest delta, okay, this is bearish. You do understand that if price is going down and if shorts are opening, that is bearish. You do understand that if price is going up and open interest is going up, meaning longs are opening, that is bullish. Only if you are going to run into, say, for example, a CVD bear div, okay? Or the open interest is going down. Or as soon as they open, it does like a swing fail and they are underwater and they are trapped and they haven't closed, would it become a usable bearish edge? So Joker says, yes, brother. I was happy to hear your opinion. I let out a little fuck scream and it went away. That's funny, man. Hey, but bro, I've been there. I've been there. So you got to decide, what would be worth it, what it wouldn't be. And just do the math so you can prove it to yourself, brother. If you had done 1, 2, 3, 4, you know what I want you to do, Joker? Because if you don't do this, you're not going to believe it. I want you to do the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Just hypothetically speaking, if you were going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, how would you have done the entries? Don't do it with a coulda, shoulda, woulda mentality. Do it honestly the way that you would have done it earlier. And then tell me if that third one would have gotten hit or would it have just been the 1 and 2 fills. So I want to know what your average entry would have been if you had done 1, 2, 3, 4 versus just waiting for that pixel perfect .75. Yeah, and if you weren't gonna do that, Joker, and that's why I want you to do it, you would never believe it. You got to see it. I want you to do the 1, 2, 3, 4 and tell me what your average entry would have been. You know what? Tell me what the difference would have been from the 7.5. And if it really would have made a difference to you at the end of the day. So, and the other thing too, Finesse, is The reason why you may have wanted such a pixel perfect 7.5 entry is because you wanted to minimize loss. You didn't know that it was actually bearish. You just wanted to gamble. Let's be real. So sometimes if you're so pussyfooting on the most pixel perfect entry, your mind might be saying to yourself, yo, I don't really know what the fuck going on. I need to minimize risk. I need to have the pixel fucking perfect entry so it's this least amount of loss when I'm wrong. Huh? Uh-oh. Honesty cone time. So that's something to think. Give me a kiss, baby. I love you. Something to just kind of keep in mind. Don't kill the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. Okay. But a lot of times, if you're pussyfooting on an entry, it's because you're trying to minimize loss because you gambling. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, brother, the levels, how you are organically able to, come up with the levels and trust your own, math is always going to be the bottom line when it comes to all of this. Because on this, for example, even if I got stopped out break even, I could have gotten in on this. If I had missed on this retracement, I probably could have taken this one. The opportunity is there. The bias or the way in which you're interpreting the markets will never change. Okay, so if you don't truly know what you're doing, it will always show, and you're gonna pussyfoot, you're gonna have hesitations, you're gonna try to create your own narrative, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So just something to kind of be aware of sometimes, you can kind of catch that. That's exactly what I was doing up there. Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. Look, we spend, the entire day trying to figure out what market makers are thinking and what market makers are doing. So it's real obvious to me. It smells real stanky when it's like a retail thought process or a retail way of doing things or a retail way of looking at it. And so it's easy to understand the difference between what you're supposed to be doing and how you might be executing it. So yeah, man. Okay, let's see here. Hector says, if we go up from here, would you short bearish retest of trend line? No. Yeah, so for me, Hector, every pullback I will be looking for a long. Yeah, until things change. Because, and I don't know if you were here earlier for this, you're talking about this, right? That is still in retail Bing Bong arena. I think for me, the question would be, where do I want to get stopped out and profit on the short? Right? So no, I don't think so. I think the easier short now for me would be to clean this high. Yeah, so I have the super old longs that we all have been watching for the last couple weeks and months together. I shaved a good chunk there, but the only place that I would get into like a new one or add would be the 85 sweep. And I think for the short, it would be the 93. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just want to kind of make it easy now because here's the thing, and this kind of goes into the narrative about, when we start to make all-time highs. Have you guys seen multiple all-time highs, or is this your first time type of shit? Every time it does that, hold 93, 95, 98, whatever, you know, motherfuckers that missed it or too late are getting baited. So it's always good to let the dust kind of just settle. So I'll probably do something very similar to this up here. I feel better about shorting this than a swing fail of this. Joker says, well, I got the big fifth. Theoretically, I enter with 3 and my average is 91.5. And what would have been your .75? Joker. But whatever you, but Joker, I hope you understand that this process is what I want you to understand. I don't care if you decide to actually implement 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't care if you decide to still stick at 7.5. You know, I feel like I said what I needed to say, and there is no right or wrong at the end of the day. And so it's up to you to decide what you want to commit to or stick to moving forward. And I don't want you to just sit there and regret or think or guess. I want you to actually do the math so you can see for yourself what the alternative could have been. Does that make sense? And make sure that you also go with where would have been your stop loss and how much would you have lost compared to if you had the .75 entry and you got stopped out. So be aware of how much you were going to risk, what your reward could have been. And yeah, just understand that these are the scenarios that could have happened. Next time I wanted to have had it been this one, I'm going to execute it this way. Sounds good? But I like the idea that it's right to check to see what happened if. Yes, always. So you know what the alternative could have been from a mathematical standpoint. And so you can at least quantify, well, for pussyfooting, I missed out, I pussyfooted for $150 on something that's trading at 90,000. That would be like, like telling me that the trade isn't worth it because it's 10 cents too much when something is trading for hundreds of dollars. So, but yeah, good shit, Joker. Don't even worry about it, okay? Haran says, what egg would you prioritize and how would you get in the 85 sweep? It depends on things like what time is it happening, for example, Haran. So the 85 sweep, does it make a difference to you? Do you think it makes a difference to me, for example, if it happens during McCulley, right? So the time in which it's happening already changes the edge. If it's during McCulley, for example, then I'm not looking for CME levels to get swept because CME is paused. But if CME is on, then I'm going to expect it to get swept. And I would assume that even if it bounced during McCulley, CME is going to grab it later because CME has its own single print down there. So, Haran, basically, you need to know all the edges and you need to know how to apply them based off of when you're talking about the movement happening. Yeah, but in terms of levels, I'm always going to prioritize which two exchanges, Haran. It's going to be CME and Coinbase levels, right? In terms of specific levels, I'm going to prioritize volume, right? Then time, then math levels. Yeah, I would love to get structural edge, open interest edge, divergence edge, but I know that I'm not going to get all three. So if, for example, it's not during McCulley, if I can get structural edge on CME, so a swing fail, and then maybe some bottom shorts getting trapped or longs getting closed out, that might be good enough. for example. Okay. Daydream says, how do you personally manage a risk reward? Are there any? Well, I'm not really doing, I'm going to be honest. I've been up a lot. So I've been doing crazy fucking positions with altcoins just to kind of see. I've had $500,000, $1 million swings on some exchanges. Like I'll be up $1 million one day and then I'm down $1 million the next day. I'm up $500,000 today. I'm up $500,000 this morning. I give it all back. What I try to do is I will take the profits from the previous month and roll it in. That's something that I did this whole year. So like I'm never losing. If you're talking more from like a portfolio management standpoint, I think you want to take maybe 10 to 15%, maximum 20% of your spot holdings, put that into your trading portfolio, and then, you know, maybe 1 to 5% of that trading capital should go in as margin for the trade. If you're talking about trade specific, I go by levels. I don't go off of I should close it because I'm at a 3-to-1. I don't close a losing trade because I'm losing too much money. It's, oh, the trade got invalidated or the trade is still good. I don't really let the unrealized P&L going up or down determine if I close the trade or not. So it's more like, oh, the Fibonacci didn't hold. I'm out of here. Oh, it closed, you know, the third 30-minute candle closed below VWAP. I'm out of here. So I hope I answered your question. If you're talking about this specific the individual exact trade, I go by invalidations and confirmations. And whenever I can, I put my stop loss at break even. Okay. If you're talking about capital management, I think, you know, 10 to 20% of your spot or your entire crypto portfolio being rolled into your trading capital is good. And then maybe 1 to 5% of the trading capital should be risked on margin. Okay. And then if you are, reset every month and just play with the previous month's profits. So from zoomed in to zoom out, that's how I do it. Do you think CME will grab 54 at some point? It's possible, yeah. Yeah, maybe that it would be hella funny if we do like a 98 to 50K poll. Juice! I mean, if you have 1,000 Bitcoin short from 98 and it actually rotates all the way down to 50 and you're just getting paid fees all the way down and you make like isn't that 45 million? 1,000 Bitcoin short down to from 90, 100 to 50. 50,000 per 1,000 coin, right? Bugatti juice. I would love to get into something like that, Fuck trading it like anything else, I would just hold that bitch for the bear cycle or whatever. T-Dub says, wouldn't an 86K sweep potential be a decent level? Yep, yeah, we've talked about it first thing in the morning. We talked about it after 3-4 people asked about it. Yes. Make sure you rewind and get caught up. It's already identified. Yeah, I think it's a little bit, but maybe there's going to be some really big opportunities. You never know. Did you see the whole thing about how all of these mining companies, they're actually subleasing their server facilities and or being used as an outsource for AI? Because it's not really like profitable for them to mine, but it's actually like they're converting their shit to like AI server farms and AI data clusters, AI clusters. So yeah, like maybe just make sure you do your own research. But most of them, I think when you do the fundamentals, I think you're a little bit too late. But maybe there's a couple that will have like really innovative pivots or whatever. You never know. I got in at 15 for hut mining. That's awesome, JPP. That's mega juice. That's mega juice. JPP, let's try to do the same thing for altcoins. JPP. Kagan says CME. Yeah, and it's pixel fucking. But yeah. Bugatti juice. Let's go, Kagan. You good, Kagan? Do you have any questions? I'm gonna start the outro music here. RN cases, how do you define meaningful on them? What are the anchor points? I mean, just look. It's literally in front of your face, my guy. Just literally candle closes or wicks if you want. Pixel perfect. Deviation. Literally no single candle close on this line. Pixel, pixel, pixel. Yeah, there you go. But we've had these. Just make sure you rewind and kind of get caught up, you know. These are things that we've been talking about every day. So you can kind of follow along on the narrative. All right. Grumpix says, what a day to learn. Let's go, big boy. Sophia says, what about the bearish line? What about it, girl? Yeah, make sure you rewind and get caught up, Sophia. So in the majority of the morning, what we were doing and getting ready for and anticipating was this, right? Because this was moving up and you had TPO point of control like right here, which is untapped still. See it? So in the morning all day, we were assessing about, you know, what do we do about a bearish retest on this line? So if that's what you're talking about, exclamation rewind should get you caught up pretty well. Obviously, the Fibonacci retracement is now this. And lots of people had really amazing questions. So I would assume anything that you would have would be covered. All right, let's take a look at Exo real quick. Do we have a full rotate? Hey, let's go. Another anticipatory thang, ladies and gentlemen. Daily open at 87349. Previous day value area low at 88696. Previous day value area high at 91558. Any questions? Latisse, any questions? 604, Scottie Pippen said in a tweet that the real bull run is tomorrow because he knows the real Satoshi, and Satoshi came to him in a dream and told him that the real bull run is November 15th. Yeah, but did you also see how Future tweeted, I'm Satoshi, bitch? And then he had Gucci flip-flops on. Shorters remember. Bulls remember. Bears remember. That we're all lions, work together, root for each other, stay safe, good risk management. Let's get it. LaQuania, stand up. Furky, I love you. Enemy, Edsbit, have a great night, y'all. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. He reaving. Hey, Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss.